Aries, hello there, my friends. We're going to do your general tarot reading for mid-June 2021. Thank you so much for joining me today. I appreciate you, as I always do. So let's get it going immediately with a couple of oracle cards just to breeze into this reading nice and smooth. Take a little peek here for Aries, please. My gods and spirit team, mid-June 2021. Okay, so we're just going to look at these real quick, then we'll get into the full tarot reading, and at the end, I'm going to pull you a bonus spread with the Starseed Oracle to see what it is you might need to hear from the universe. So, got a lot going on for you. So what's up with Aries, please? Guys, nice and quick. Also, if you're new here, Aries, I'll be speaking about the June subscriber surprise towards the end, so you might want to check that out. Okay, so someone around you might be burdened by something. You're going to have to watch your physical vitality. And there's possible temptation here with this devil figure. And we're just going to go into this real quick, and it doesn't make or break the reading, but it usually has some interesting tie-ins. Now, this first card, it reminds me of the Ten of Wands generally. So you might feel like you have a lot on your shoulders, a lot on your plate. This time might be a little hectic for you, but it also brings our attention to your physical health and your physical vitality. Make sure you're getting proper rest and watching over the physical health, because that is an important part of life. If it's none of those things, maybe someone you're connected to energetically could be feeling a big burden. Now, as we move into the next card, it is a devil figure, but the big theme I think of whenever I see it is I think of temptation, literally. So if there's something you might be trying to refrain from in this time, you might be tempted to not refrain from it, if you know what I mean. That could be so many different things. There's a lot of Aries out there. But just know that temptation could be dangled in front of you. We're going to get into the tarot now. Yeah, we're not going to put too much stock in those. We're going to see how that all ties in. So let's shuffle it up here one time for Aries. Get you 3 in the upright. What's going on with my friends? Then we'll intuitively clarify. Now, last week's reading, I believe it was called Major Action Incoming. So there was a lot of heavy, fast-moving energy swirling around the Aries collective. There really was. And I want to see if that's persisting. And see if there's a little theme shift here for the Aries collective, because as you know, energies do change. But yeah, that's been a big theme in the past few weeks, like a lot of action, a lot of movement. All right, we have the Eight of Swords, and that kind of ties into that first oracle card we saw. Someone might be having some anxiety, someone might be stressing a little bit. We're not going to look into it too much just yet. Okay, we have the Death card. Yeah, this is going to be an interesting one, Aries. Let's see what's up. Definitely a different energy than last week. So we're just going to have to see what all this is about. All right, that's good. Okay, we have the Six of Wands in the end, and we also have a bonus card, which is the beautiful Sun card. So yes, in the beginning, we're starting off with a little bit of choppy energy, but as we work through towards the end, everything's looking gorgeous and beautiful. So I'm going to go in, give you some of the classical meanings, then we'll get into that juicier, intuitive stuff. Position number 1, as I said, a lot of mental action maybe ties into that Ten of Wands feeling. The Eight of Swords could be someone possibly feeling cornered, feel like they have their back against the wall. But think of overthinking. Someone might be stressing about something, just running something in their head over and over and over again. This is also a card of somebody who could be their own worst enemy. So we're going to have to clarify this to really dig out some more detail, see what it's about. And as I always say, this doesn't necessarily have to be you. This could just be someone you're tied to. Now, as we move further into the spread, we have the Death card in the middle. Maybe some of you are tied to a Scorpio that's showing up here. Death is karmic in a sense. It's not one of my biggest cards of karma, but it's given me that vibe here for some reason. And it's all about the cycle changes. From the ashes, something is reborn. From death, new life, all that beautiful stuff. Very cyclical in nature. You might be trying to remake yourself in some way, whether it's remaking your mind state or remaking certain aspects of your life. It's very new. Death isn't about things dying and ending. It's more about the new in the cycle. But I do have a karmic feel here, and it's feeling okay as we move to the back end. We have the Six of Wands. This is one of the biggest cards of victory, and especially since we have the Sun as a bonus, that's like a double 1-2 punch of goodness. Really nice energy. This could be something coming your way, whether you want to label it a victory, a win, something really nice, triumphant. This is public notoriety, and just something swinging well, something swinging in your favor. Even if you're cross-watching this for an Aries that you're tied to, this is a good sign. This is a good omen. And as I said with the other cards, we're definitely going to have to clarify to see what other detail we can pull out of this. Now, the bonus card is one of the most positive cards in the deck. The Sun card, you might be tied to a Leo here showing up. And the Sun is that beautiful truth, that light, that love, that source energy that shines down from the universe and enriches our lives with gifts. It's beautiful. It can also be an energy of revelation or eureka moments. So we're going to see how the rest of this goes, but this is a very positive omen of light being cast on something. Whether that's a mental light, you just tie it to your story. So with all that being said, we're going to dive deeper and clarify. So let's get one more shuffle here for the Aries collective, please, and thank you, my guides. Now, this is where I go intuitive with the message, my friends. What's going on with Aries? Which means I just tell you how it feels to me so you could do further research, rely on your base knowledge of tarot, because you know all readings are about the reader's interpretation, and I'm just giving you mine. There's so many messages we can pull from these cards, but we are going to go in on this Eight of Swords, though. See what's up there. Why is this Eight of Swords here for Aries, please? Okay, 8 of Cups, 8 on 8. So you might want to look into the numerology of repeating 8s. It's a very powerful number. Turned sideways, it's similar to an infinity sign. There is movement going on here, and I do feel like one of the first things I need to say is, like, if it's not you, whoever this is that's stressing really needs to do what they have to do to work on that. This is a card of movement. Notice they're leaving those cups behind. And it's easier said than done to say, hey, whatever it is you're stressing about, just leave that behind. Leave that in the past. But it will be very beneficial for you if there is something you're stressing about, something or someone. If you learn how to properly deal with that, learn how to properly heal something, you see the beautiful cards we have coming up here, okay? So if you're in a time of healing, if you're in a time of progressing yourself in life, really working on yourself, and you learn to work with these anxieties, work with these stresses. If you're feeling trapped in a corner, learn how to get yourself out of that. Go through the roadblocks. This is a very positive feeling. Even though these cards are technically seen as negative by most readers, I don't feel like that's necessarily the case. But there could be issues here. If whoever this is that's stressing can't really deal with that, can't really work through that, there might be some choppy waters ahead. So I'm just going to give you that little warning there. That whoever this is that's stressing really needs to work on that. Obviously, right? We're going to go in on death. We're going to see what that's about. I'm really interested to get to the Six of Wands, but let's see why death is here for Aries. You know, these are general readings, so sometimes these generalized messages come out. We have the Nine of Wands, beautiful, fiery. So yeah, a portion of you might be having issues communicating with a Scorpio or someone who has Scorpio-like traits. And the Nine of Wands is the wounded warrior. I feel like a lot of you might be in a cocoon of some kind, okay? Just with the cyclical nature of the death card, it's still giving me those karmic vibes. I could feel somebody definitely healing from a karmic injury or a karmic wound of some kind. But I am getting that feeling of a cocoon, right? The Nine of Wands is someone who's been through a lot of mess. They don't want to be through it again. It's someone who's very protective. Okay, so maybe you're very protective about your future course or what way you're headed in life. Okay, very fired up because it's a wand. I do feel like it is karmic in nature, though. So if you're dealing with someone who's stressing or who's going through some big issues right now, it's part of their karmic journey. So I do feel like I need to say that. A karmic wound is showing up here. But for a lot of you, it might just be you in a time of transformation in a cocoon, about to rebirth or remake yourself in some way. And with the end of this reading so far, it looks like it's going to be positive. So let's get one more here. We're going to clarify the Six of Wands. I'll give you a quick recap, then we'll get your bonus spread. And remember, only take from this what you will, all right? And you could do the further research. I do recommend that most times. Why is the Six of Wands here? Why is this Six of Wands here for Aries? Wow, wow, wow. So we have another 8. We have the Eight of Wands. That's absolutely beautiful. You might be receiving some sort of good news, a piece of good news, because that is one of my cards of messages. So there might be some sort of exciting message coming in for you. If there's something you've been waiting on that could really turn out well. Triple eights. So once again, I really want to push you to maybe just throw that into Google, see what triple eights or repeating eights. Keep your eyes peeled around you in day-to-day life. Look for those repeating eights. But good news coming. Absolutely. This is some sort of victory. You can label it whatever the heck you want. But you might be receiving some really good news or good messages. We have a lot of different things going on here. I'm going to give you a quick recap. and then we'll get that bonus spread going for you. So in the beginning, we have the 8 on 8. We have the 8 of Swords. We have the 8 of Cups. Whoever this is that's stressing, whether that's you or somebody else, really needs to put a concerted effort into working those things out, especially if you want some sort of transformation and win in your life, whatever that may be, whether it's through business, personal life, or romance. Working on these stresses will only yield dividends. In the center, we have Death, clarified by the 9 of Wands. A lot of you might feel like you're in a cocoon in a time of transformation. Or it could just be somebody dealing with some karmic hurts, karmic wounds, okay? If that hits for you, you know who that's about, okay? And on the back end, we have the 6 of Wands with the 8 of Wands. There's a lot of fiery energy throughout this whole spread. You might be receiving some very, very good news. Or this could be a big victory coming in quick, because the 8 of Wands is a card of something coming in fast. So in these coming weeks, you might be receiving some nice pieces of good news. Beautiful. So we are going to get your bonus spread out here. Feel free to take a screenshot as always. So we're going to see what Aries needs to hear, please, my gods. Let's shuffle it up one time for my friends. And we're going to be quick here. We're just going to put a cherry on top of this reading. What does Aries need to hear, please? And thank you. This is a very optimistic deck, as I always say, and I really like to end the readings like this, just to see if there's any extra messages. We have the I'm sorry card. So someone might be regretting something towards you, or you might feel like you need to apologize to somebody. Interesting. Very interesting, because we were seeing some possible emotional karmic wounds, and we have the blue flame. Lovely. Absolutely love it. So let's talk about these real quick. I'll give you the intuitive and literal meanings of the cards. So there's not really much we have to dig into here with the I'm sorry card. Someone you're attached to might be feeling regret. Maybe this message that could be coming your way, maybe it's someone giving you an apology. Maybe someone feels like they owe you one here. Okay, and this is all about righting past wrongs and uprooting. That's what this literally means. Now, the blue flame to me is beautiful on an intuitive sense, because it does feel like that fire and burn and passion being ignited. So if you do feel like you're in a transformational time, in a cocoon of some sort, you might be getting hit with those fiery wand type energies to really get those passions going in a good way and motivation. This card literally says spontaneous awakening, activation, integration time. So as I said with the Sun bonus card, a lot of you might be getting eureka moments. That's showing up here once again. So if you get any really good ideas in the coming weeks, make sure you jot them down. And that's what we have for you this week, Aries. Don't click away just yet, though. I'm going to give you the details of the June subscriber surprise. For the June subscriber surprise, I'm giving away 2 copies of the beautiful, gorgeous Light Seers Tarot. So if you'd like to get your name in for that, it's only 2 simple things as usual. First, you must be subscribed, which I'm sure you already are by now. And second, let me know down in the comments your sun, moon, and rising sign. If you don't know them all, just tell me which ones you do know down there. You'll be entered to win, and at the end of the month, I will announce the winners in my community tab as usual. And I'll start you off. My sun sign is Aries, my moon is Scorpio, and my rising is Pisces. So my friends, thank you so much for spending time with me, and I'll see you next time.